Meanwhile, a video has emerged that shows the new United States Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham while getting into a scuffle with North Korean security guards, it seems. Take a look at this. The video shows North Korean officials stopping members of the US media who were trying to cover the meeting between US President Donald Trump and the North Korea's Kim Jong-Un. And the visuals on your screen show a chaotic scene outside the meeting room where the two leaders were meeting. Grisham got into a scuffle with the North Korean officials as American and North Korean reporters were hustled in into the summit. And
excuse me, get on. Steps go right there.
Member Grisham has been the communication director for the First Lady Melania Trump for the past 2 years and was just last week named the replace for Sarah Sanders as the White House press secretary and got into this scuffle.
US school.
Well, moving on to some news now from India, and the annual Amarnath pilgrimage has begun amid tight security arrangements. Given the terror threat in the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir, around 40,000 security personnel have been deployed to thwart any attempts to disrupt the yatra. The 46-day-long Amarnath pilgrimage to the cave shrine in South Kashmir's Anantnag has, as we said, begun. Thousands of pilgrims have reached Kashmir from different parts of India for the holy pilgrimage. Foolproof arrangements have been made to thwart any terrorist attack during the yatra. Now, the Indian Army, the Central Reserve Police Force, the BSF, the other paramilitary forces are dotting the national highway where terrorists recently targeted security forces in the state. Strong directions have been issued by the Home Minister Amit Shah to directly implement and strictly implement the standard operating procedure for the pilgrimage. The administration is now on its toes. Now, CCTV cameras have been installed at almost every corner and street. Modern bulletproof vehicles have also been sent to the valley by the union government. Drones have been pressed into service to monitor the dense forest areas which may be used by terrorists as a blind spot. Pilgrims are also being checked to ensure that suicide blasts like the one that happened in Pulwama are not repeated. Well, according to the 2011 census, India has close to 5 lakh transgenders, but deep mental blocks, social stigma and weak policies have kept them away from mainstream. An Indian trans woman who was an engineer in the US has now returned to Bengaluru to help the often discriminated sexual minorities who find it difficult to find jobs. WION's Nishita reports.
Samyukta, a trans woman and an engineer, decided to give up her green card and a plush job in the USA and return to Bengaluru. Her purpose was to help other members of the transgender community in India to find a safe and professional workplace. With a boutique set up in Bengaluru, Samyukta employs trans women who are provided training in a skill of their choice, be it sales, customer support, hairstyling, makeup, etc.
We want to be this place where transgender folks could feel if they wanted a dignified life and if they wanted an opportunity, we would provide them with whatever we think would help them. At the end of the day, that's what I think is lacking. The proper setup for a training and stuff like that, which could be giving them proper housing until they get the training, or paying them for their training, or any form that we could actually help them.
While Samyukta enjoyed the support of her family and colleagues to undergo the transition, this is not the case with many transgenders in India. Rejected by families with no education, transgenders are either unqualified for a job or discriminated against. Rosa, a trans woman from Kerala, searched for a job for over 2 years, but in vain. She eventually found her way to Samyukta studio, where she deals with customers and helps them pick out their clothes.
I have that, fear about to get a violence-free workspace, but in Jute Studio, I have that get that opportunity to, enhancing myself.
Karnataka passed the state transgender policy in 2017 in a bid to create more jobs for the community, as they are often forced to resort to begging and sex trade due to lack of opportunities. In neighbouring Tamil Nadu, the progress of transgender people is much more visible. That may be because the community enjoys strong support from the government.
Today I'm working Rajiv Gandhi General Hospital because the government giving a job for me. Because of they looking my hard work and my self-confidence and my honest, they will give a job for me. And the improvement, the empowerment of transgender community people nowadays, it will be improved.
However, the empowerment of transgender people is visible beyond government spaces too. Sudha is one of a small crop of transgender activists who are visible, including on public platforms, doing advocacy for the community.
I have conducted over 100 shows in various districts of Tamil Nadu. It was attended by Rotary Club members, Lions Club, corporates and the local administration to create awareness about transgenders and to let them know what our community needs.
A few of them have also made it to television. A well-known transgender TV personality is Rose.
For the first time in the country, Tamil Nadu is the first state which got a transgender positive media personality, a celebrity, a talk show host, who came into their homes and spoke on various social issues, which until then would never have happened. I mean, it would have been an impossibility, but then Tamil Nadu broke that ground.
Members of the transgender community in India are often marginalized due to lack of education, jobs, discrimination and exploitation. While on one hand Karnataka came out with the state transgender policy in 2017 in a bid to induct the community into mainstream society, on the other hand individuals like Samyukta are doing their bit in providing a neutral professional atmosphere in a bid to normalize relations between the transgender community and other members of the society that can go a long way in providing better opportunities in the future. In Bengaluru with video journalist Chandan, Nishchita Virendra, WION, World is One.